What's going on, YouTube? Happy Saturday. Want to go ahead and give congratulations to the Chicago Bulls for taking the first game in the playoffs. Didn't look like you were going to do it, but you did it. Second of all, let me get into something. Before I get into this topic that I really want to get into, I just want to ask you guys a question. One of the first times that I actually figured out that most people are kind of normal when it comes to certain things, and there's very few people that are abnormal, was at the bank. I'm gonna have to admit something to you guys. A lot of times I'm very bothered by going to the bank, and the reason why is this, and I'm only telling you the truth. I've been at my bank for quite some time, very local bank, and I usually, when I go in, I try to go to certain people who kind of know my situation, know who I am, and things of that nature, because sometimes I deposit large amounts of money. But I didn't know other people's situation when it came to, banking and things of that nature, whatever. Most people deposit a check, or they're, get a direct deposit from their check from their job. So when I would pull money out and do things, I will always see people act weird. And if I get a new, like this time, I just went Friday and I just deposited some money, and it was this new teller to the side. And what's so funny is that she was making statements how she thinks. Like, the example, I brought money and she was like, "Oh, you must have kept all that money in a shoebox under your bed. And just started to deposit it at once." And I kind of just looked at her and kind of gave her like a little grin, I guess, or whatever, and then, kept on my business. And then she just kept making statements, but she kept making statements of how her world is, of how she thinks that, a person usually only supposed to come to a bank and deposit $3,000 to $4,000 by check or something like that, and then that's normal. Anything outside of that is abnormal. And, it's kind of embarrassing, because the thing about it is that, you have to go in there and kind of like, I get interrogated a lot. A lot of people say, "What do you do? What's going on here? And how do you do this?" And all this, it becomes a question and answer period. And the only reason I'm asking those questions is because the people that are actually tellers are hourly people who are usually making hourly wages, who are not used to depositing that kind of money at one time, and it's out of their comfort zone. So they're just like, and it's embarrassing and it's sad at the same time that I would have to explain something that maybe a lot of people are not doing. Because if what I was doing was normal, why would it be such a big hoorah when I come in? Because I see other people at the tellers making transactions, and they're in and out. No questions. The only questions they get is, "Boy, that weather sure is bad outside," or "Boy, that weather is sure is good outside," or "What are you doing for the weekend?" But with me, it's a question and answer period of, "Hey, man, what do you do? Where are you going next? What's happening here and what's happening there?" And maybe they're just curious. And I know I said I was going to put another video to this, but let me just ask you, because maybe some of you guys are in the same situation. Maybe, like, a lot of times too, I like to wear a suit sometimes when I go in, and that's a suit. But like yesterday, I tried to dress up because a lot of things too. When you deposit money, there's stereotypes that come with depositing a little money. I can't remember the exact story, but I remember Robert Kiyosaki said that he actually was bombarded with this at the bank before, when he was making large deposits and things of this nature, whatever. So maybe you guys can give me some advice. Maybe some of you are going in, making large deposits, and maybe you handle it a certain way. Sometimes I can tell my wife to go in, and deposit money and things of that nature. But do you have this problem? I need some help here. Just let's start or maybe you might can tell me, "Hey, well, when I go into my bank and I deposit my money, even though I don't deposit a lot of money at a time, maybe they ask you the same questions. I don't know, But yeah, I just want to this is not really a real important topic, but just something just kind of babbling on a little bit, And let me know what you guys think about this, and if you go through the same or similar situation, And like I say, guys, have a good weekend. I really don't have a serious topic today. I'm still working on my my internet learning, and like I said, once I'm done, I'm going to share that with you. And I want to thank the people who have given me a lot of advice and a lot of information. You know, there's a lot of internet marketers that have came from nowhere all of a sudden, and they've given me a lot of advice. You know, so yeah. So like I said, guys, if this is your first time coming to this channel, glad to have you. And until next time, signing off.